Hello and welcome to this channel. I am Dr. Anshu coming back with the today's Hindu editorial. So let's have a recap what we are going to cover today. So first of all, the day today's 4th March, it's a National Safety Day. You can say that 4 to 10 it's National Safety Day week is going on, and it's the 54th National Safety Day. It's safety and well-being, Viksit Bharat. So work but safety first. So let's have a recap what we are going to cover. The front page covering about the SC seek regulatory steps against the vulgarity online. Second page covering about the awards and the the case of UP women on the death row in a UAE already executed a government to Delhi High Court. It's about India launches a multinational alliance for a collaboration on sustainable development. Fourth is about the Bihar budget. I on a Bihar poll, NDA government gives a top billing woman infra in budget. Fifth is about why is the Pardue airport project is facing opposition. Sixth is covering the editorial India's burden to rising obesity and hefty cost to pay. Seventh is about Australia, the partner for India's growth trajectory. Eighth covering about the way to protect orans. Ninth one is about the study find the 327 Gangetic dolphins across 4 states, and ISRO releases a second set of scientific data from Aditya mission. So these are all today's news that we are going to cover. So if you are visiting first time to channel, just have a look on this channel. You get all the Hindu editorial analysis every day at between 9 and 10 p.m. This channel you might find it informative. So just have a, if you like the content, just hit the subscribe button and stay updated to this channel. So moving to the front page, it's about SC regulatory steps to against the vulgarity online. So the bench says the measure to ensure a program ahead, known as moral standard, without a censorship, allows the Allahabadia to resume a podcast subject to maintain morality and decency. So there is a finally the Solicitor General Tushar Mehta appearing in the center to suggest the regulatory measures and to rein in the use of filthy languages in the programs of caste online. So there is a justice headed by Surya Kant. There was a clear divide between humor and perversity, and it's about the program well known to moral standards of Indian society without sliding into certain right of speech and expressions, and they were to work as a restrictions on freedom of speech to ensure decency and morality. So the case was sorry, the stylus is not working. Appearing for the Mr. Lahabadia, it's a his advocate is Avinav Chandrachud said that the client had no sense of humor, but provision would affect his livelihood, and that of there is a 280 employees who are working there, and their livelihood also affect on the show. So they are finally resumed his podcast to Ranveer's show, and subjected to maintaining the decency and allowed to start the show of resuming their show of Ranveer show and making it suitable for viewer for all age, and the desired standard for decency and morality so that viewer of any age group is petitioner to permitted to resume. Mr. Mehta said that humor for me was straightforward. If you cannot make me laugh, you are not a good comedian, he said. So finally this case is open, closed now, with resuming to the start the show with maintaining a decency and ethnicity. So moving to the next is about the awards show. So these are the categories that show given to Anora's Night at Oscars. Here are the winners of key categories of 97th Academy Award. And the best actor, it's Adrian Brody for The Brutalist. Is the actress Mickey Madison for Anora. Supporting actor is Kerala Kulki in A Real Pain. Supporting actress is Joy Saldana Emilia Pervez. And the international film best picture is here. Is Anora. Best director Sean Baker from Anora. International film I Am Still Here. An animated feature is Flow. Adapted screenplay Conclave. Original song Elmon. these are the categories that given Oscar. Next is event that happened of UP woman on death row in UAE, already executed government. So there is a case of a UP Uttar Pradesh resident. It's Azadi Khan, 33, who was on death row in Abu Dhabi for allegedly murdering a 4-month-old son for her employer and have already been executed. The Ministry of External Affairs told the Delhi court. So these executed on February 15. Her last ride was held on 5 March. So additional Solicitor General Jaitan Sharma told bench of Justice Sachin Datta, who termed execution as a very unfortunate. So what are the reasons why she did this? There may be the main reason. There's a big reason about doing, because nobody will give allegedly murder a 4-month-old son. And the representation High Court in the sent a mercy petitions and pardon requests to government of UAE, but the laws there are deal with the murder of an infant severely, the ministry told, and the ministry submitted the highest court of United Arab Emirates. The court of classroom upheld the sentence. Arrangements were becoming made to ensure that the family could attend their daughter last rites in Abu Dhabi, the ministry said. So they have to went there for their last rites. Mrs. Shahzadi was carried out in accordance with the local law. Mr. Khan it's a septuagenarian, and he got to know his daughter from being executed on the foreign land has been a last wish that 49. He said she was relocated from her jail and will hanged on her next day. She allowed to call us parent as last wish, and he couldn't believe that she said kept consoling her that she will out of the jail soon. So now moving to the next. It's about the India launches a multinational alliance for collaboration on sustainable development. So there is a India on Monday launching the cities coalitions for a solitary C3 cities for coalition circulatory C3, a multinational alliance for city-to-city collaboration knowledge for urban development. The forum would provide a critical platform, policymaker, industry leader, research, development. So what are the views of Prime Minister Narendra Modi in special written message to delegates? Strongly advocate its P, the pro-planet people, and the use of the highlighted the 3R. It's reduce, recycle, reuse. So it's fulfilling the sustainable development goal. There are 17 in which these are categories: no poverty, zero hunger, good health, well-being. So it's a reduce, recycle, reuse, and economic principles in ensuring the sustainable urban development. And it is mentioned that India has always been and willing to experiences and learn to the journey toward creating a circular economy, and propose the working a group of member forum to finalize the structure. So a key memorandum of MOU of Cities 2.0 is also signed in launch events, and the Union Minister Urban Affairs agreement that 1800 crore will be signed under the initiative crossing the 18 cities, 14 states, and serving as a light project for urban areas. So the 3R and circular economies will be 3R should be implemented, and circular economy forum in Asia and Pacific launched in 2009 to promote the sustainable waste management, resources efficiency, circular economic principles, recognizing the challenges provide for rapid economy too. Circular economy, if you use any things and if it is not needed by another, then it will be reused to those who needed them. So the just use of the things that is not needed by others and will flow in that economy. So the policy dialogue and the capacity building, a measure of adoption of Hanoi Declaration 2030, which outlined the 33 voluntary goals for shifting toward a circular economy. Now moving to the next is the budget. Bihar budget is finally present there, and it's a budget of already mentioned here. It's a 3 crore 16 lakh 895 crore. And how much is spent on the health and education? Total budget is 316 895.02 crore assembly. And for health it is, so there is a financial increase of how much financial increase? It's a 38,169. So there is increase of 38. So health, it is so how much government spend on education? It's 60,954 crore on education, already mentioned here. 20,335 on a health, and 16,993 crore on rural development, and 13,483 on energy sector. Fiscal, so there is a fiscal provision of 13,368 crore for welfare of a scheduled castes and scheduled tribes minorities. So this is a fiscal deficit of content is 2.98%. State GDP, and the 3 lakh crore bonanza here, already mentioned there. 60,000 on the education, 20,335 in health, 16 on a crore on this flight to start, and the many schemes are implemented, and many initiatives going to be like opening of the cancer hospital in Begusarai, airports at 3 other places, flights to start from Purnia in northern eastern Bihar of 3 months, and a Mahila Hut, it's a and Kanya Vivah Mandap facility in all panchayat, special bus services like pink buses for our women's, and also the rickshaw, e-rickshaws for women for their employment initiative, and a scholarship for student of backward classes hiked from 1,000 to 2,000 per month. So it's presenting the budget in Patna, and the budget is based on the principle of Sabka Saath Sabka Vikas, together to development of all Prime Minister. Nyay ke saath Vikas is development with justice is the motto of Chief Minister Nitish Kumar. So it's a public debt liability is 14.4% by 15th finance, and it's a fiscal deficit already mentioned. So here the bundle of lies, like the what are the allegations of opposition is like this: the bundle of lies of RJD by the Tejasvi Yadav, and they were just doing the shake of showing numbers of a budget of over 5 lakh crore, the modern facilities unable to generate, and they increasing the budget. They are worried about saving the chair and government about saving building Bihar and Mr. Yadav Singh. So moving to the next is about why is Prandar airport facing opposition. So the Prandar airport is going to inauguration a second airport in Chennai, and it's a airport project for Chennai at Pradhan, finally inching the closer to approval. Minister of Civil Aviation Khajapur Rammohan Raidu visited Chennai, likely to accord it in next 2 weeks. So does the Chennai second airport proposal contact for international airport Chennai city was floated in 1990, and the same year Karnodi, the Prime Minister, is speeding up the proposal of second airport. So it's a Meenakshamam, a site near the south of Meenakshamam, is identified as a government for new constructing. So here the boot, it's a boot is build, own, operate and transfer, close to getting the airport as a center approved with the proposal of 2,000 crore. In the next couple of years, state government went to earmark it's of 14,575 crore acres of land in present in the Minakulabalam, and 4,802 crore with a land of 4 runways planned at a Sridhapur. So lost time is 2022 in Pandur was chosen at a site, and a 144 crore Pandur airport will 4 in phases with a 3 terminals. So why there is opposition? So here the opposition was the project when announced, a section of population was disappointed of government for choosing a site with a replicate several water bodies. That is the threat it could pose the environment. Residents of 13 villages who displaced due to the project. There is a displacement of the residential people that is living there, and the land with the uncertain future started a protest against almost immediately. Ignapuram will be severely affected with the project, continue to protest every evening till the recording over 950 days, and the project of 26.54% site comprises wetlands. Expert pointed at Chennai city. So the Kamban Canal in Pradhampur area connect the numerous water bodies, disturbing the natural courses, and due to the protest and increasing criticism, Tamil Nadu government constituted a committee and keep confidential not been. So what are the status of airport now? Land acquisition project series of surveys mandated by Ministry of Environment, Forest, Climate Change, and this project is receiving environmental clearance due to the presence of the amount of wetland. So the first phase is to have a terminal and running before the end of 2028. As soon as the project announced, the section of population was disappointed. Land acquisition project for a series of survey mandated, and the proposal to construct international airport. So these are the facing these are the positions that was facing the project. Moving to the editorial, it's about again Hindu has almost there's again one more editorial about obesity. Already from the 2 days Hindu was publishing the editorial about obesity, chart choosing presentation, and now today's editorial. The writer is here is itself a doctor, and just highlighting the it's his book is already published on obesity. So there are main 10 points mentioned in this article. It's a very good and beautiful articles you can use for, you can note it down for the mains writing if obesity topic will come. So I've already marked it also, so just have note this article can be important as from the health point of view also. So India burden rising obesity, the hefty cost to pay. So it's a he's a practicing physician and WHO organization, other United Nations agency for nearly 17, and he's the author of Obesity Care in India. It's a national white paper. Basically, writer is talking about it's a major epidemiological transition that happened that has not captured sufficient public attention. So the challenges of overweight and obesity. So already the data published by the National Health Family Survey, it's determining the country's, it's a 145 crore population, how it is affecting in its percentage term. So let me just giving the data that nearly one in every 4 men in women is obese. So it's obese, and it's a proportion from those who are overweight and obese ranges from 8% to 50%. So this ranging is already increasing from 8% to 50% across the state, both men and women, and in rural and urban settings. The World Obesity Federation estimates that India's annual increase in childhood obesity is one of the world's steepest. Overweight and obesity in adults children have doubled the last 15 years and it's tripled the in last 3 decades. So there is a nation of a council medical research, Lancet Diabetes Endocrinology has estimated that one in every third 35 crore has abdominal obesity. That is one of the toughest and stubborn fat. That obesity in 1/4 every person, 25 crore has generalized obesity, and 1/5 every person crore has a high level of blood cholesterol. So why this subject need to be urgent attention? Because in India, obesity and overweight is considered to be like it's a personal issue, and as a general societal attitude in India, normalizing obesity or being overweight. So they don't have so much attention toward this. They have a personal choices also. They normalize obesity, also no, but giving not so much concern about the health. So it's a there is a epidemiological shift from how it is from deficient food calorie to becoming a food calorie sufficient. Yet the world report the estimate 55% crore. That's 55% crore. Where is it? Yeah, there is a 55% crore, 78 crore of India's population could not afford a healthy diet. Nearly 14% people fall short of adequate nutrient diet. So in last 2 decades, the low cost availability, high fat, salt, sugar, HFSS, and ultra processed UPF are compounding the challenges. Urbanization led to a sedentary life for many, and a recent WHO report says that 50% of India failed to meet the recommended physical activity levels. So here the thin fat Indian is scientifically validated hypothesis that even India with a normal body mass index often have a higher body fat. The common soil hypothesis highlights the obesity as a cause of risk and factor for diabetes. 1 in every 4th in Indian adult, 25 crore of Indians is neither diabetic or pre-diabetic. Is either diabetic or pre-diabetic. Overweight and obesity are associated with an estimated 3.4 million deaths annually in the world. The inter alia WHO, Professional Association of Doctors Endocrinists, also have a recognized obesity is a both risk factor and lifestyle change, and a complex and chronic diseases. So the 1800 per capita, it's 1.2% of India's GDP, and economic burden is likely to increase 4700 per capita to the by 2030. So unlike the undernutrition, there are enough promotive initiatives to tackle obesity. The government promotes Khelo India, Fit India movement, Eat Right India campaign. To reduction in use of the disclosure, also reduction for cooking oil use in household initiative, which plays far too much. So here the progressive. So writer is just giving the points that policy and pragmatic solution. What first is that start a nuisance societal dialogue, structure science communication, a public awareness campaign to which contributes to rising burden contributes disease such as diabetes, hypertension, liver disorder, another health condition. Second is that it is must done to promote the facilitate to regular physical activity. There needs to be better urban planning. Third is HFSS and UPF product are major contributors, so there should be that is giving a rising and of a burden of overweight. So these items need to be taxed. A very good initiative that if these items are to be taxed at higher rate, subsidy for healthier food item including fruit, vegetable, and actions to ensure their easy widespread availability. Fourth is that weight, height, and waist. Already you mentioned this third point. Fourth is that height, weight, waist conference measurement to be integral part of all health visit. People need to know the basic information, what is optimal weight and what waist conference should be. The ideal weight is mentioning here that it's a height in centimeter is minus 100. It's minus 100 for males and it's minus 105 for females. So the waist circumference more than 80 centimeter in women and 90 centimeter in men is unhealthy. Fifth is anti-obesity medicines being licensed in various settings, clinical practices. Sixth is that every office workplace should be raise awareness about unhealthy weight available, must regular awareness campaign, obesity prevention. Seventh is school colleges should be engaged in knowledge of sharing healthy eating healthy diets. So what is the coordinated interventions? Eighth, obesity prevention requires multiple ministry engagements, urban planning. It's implementing feeding programs. Isolated interventions make a limited difference. Ninth is research, community, medical, public health professionals, and evidence of healthcare providers. 10th is that eating healthy becoming more expensive than eating junk, and the food industry, especially online food delivery platform, must facilitate the eating healthy corporate social life responsibility to promote a health lifestyle and eating habits. So obesity is a public health challenge waiting for a holistic, multi-pronged, comprehensive interventions. Tackling the overweight and obesity is a sign core for a healthy, economically prosperous developed India. So concluding this article here, moving to the next. It's Australia, the partner of India's growth trajectory. How the Australia is the partner for India's growth trajectory? So Australia believes in India, and we believe that India has a bright future economically. And the third biggest economy in the world, India is going to be the third biggest economy by 2030. So we also believe that Australia is a natural partner for India's for wait a minute. So the new roadmap for the next phase of ties is Australian Prime Minister Anthony Albanese last week personally launched a new roadmap for Australia economic and India's phenomenal growth. Put simply, roadmap says that Australia believes in India growth narrative. A roadmap then goes to articulate how Australia maps it. The roadmap built on successful effort from last economic strategy 2018, but A lot has changed since then, fueled by free trade agreements is FTA, free trade agreement, the Economic Cooperation and Trade Agreement ECTA, and Australia relationship has grown high end of expectations. So telling statics, India export world has grown 35% in India in 5 years. Not bad, right? But India export Australia have grown 66%, nearly twice as India export. Sorry. This is because India is growing in a ways that are complementary to Australian own economy, and Australia produces the things that India will need for next chapter for the growth. The energy to power the Indian economy sources critical minerals, training capabilities that India need to skill up. The roadmap chart shows the next phase of partnership, that how Australia can be a part of India's economic story. It identifies four sectors of super highways of growth, where the Australia-India partnership is most prospective. And growth are clean energy, education, skills, agro agribusiness, and tourism. So the roadmap also describes other seven major economic road to mutual prosperity. It's a investment, tech, sport, culture, arts, resources, defense, space, health, and these are a field complementary to capability. A great example of India's ambitions for a manufacturing electric vehicle, raw earth metal to realize that goal. India is the largest lithium producer in the world. Just have one static data out. Australia is the largest lithium producer in the world and has the world's second largest reserve of nickel and cobalt. So this is a very important fact here. Support for India's skill need. We also listening carefully for India voices about skill, and we India need to equip 2 crore Indian. So also there is a for first foreign universities. Australian universities have been the first foreign universities to open campuses here. Here's the Gujarat International. It's Gujarat International Finance Tech Gift City, and shortly Noida, Uttar Pradesh has more will follow upcoming years. Australia has boasted a superpower when it comes to economic engagement in India, and already 10 lakh strong powers of growing population in country. Many of these are business, government, community, and 132 crore net worth support for our government to initiate the our prime minister to initiate the roadmap that he launched. So India diaspora is a bridge. Is Australia is invaluable assets. India Australia depends on understanding each other, spark business, and because of our government, uh, we value the human bridges and hugely successful Matri grants program. The roadmap signals here to Australian business should look for a further opportunities partner as India's counterparts, and also they become more important as we progress to the comprehensive economic cooperation agreement. So Australia relationship, prime minister says, with India is stronger, deeper, more consequential than it's has ever been. And what is truly exciting, the sheer scale of opportunities in near future if we get the things right in present with the roadmap in lot clear. So just concluding this article here. Moving to the next is the way to protect the orans. Orans, already the trees are always been a sacred groves for our people. We pray, we protect them, and here the orans is a sacred groves. It's established by local communities since the pre-agrarian times, whose idol is placed inside. While different socio-economic tradition be associated, different orans said are sheer tradition, provision, cutting trees using an axe, and which contravenes the harmed deity. So in addition to their social, religious, economic importance, enhancing local fauna, Oran also support what are the beneficial is support the traditional water sources by trapping of the surface runoff. They increases the groundwater level. This augments the water availability sources in both and below the ground. And the village of Rajasthan, Orans established and governed by the informal community institution as a part. So problem with the formalization is the court objective encouraging the community led to protection of Oran is evident. And through the judgment acknowledges and reiterates the crucial role played by informal community institution governing Orans. So in judgment of first state court declaration, the Forest Act, Conservation Act 1980. The famous case in December 2000 is T.N. Govardhan. Just remember this important case is T.N. Govardhan Trigundal versus Union of India. already mentioned here. So the some exemption include the Forest Conservation Amendment Act 2 and the acts require that diversion of forest land for a purpose of, however, diversion of inter alia zoos, safaris, and ecotourism has exempted. So bringing the Orans preview, the Act forewarned them to open, and not only this defeat the purpose of conserving them, but also the fact down that they Earth has reported a local communities Rajasthan have expressed the reservation against. Second is the court objective is that management Orans will subdue by formalization. And further, the acts has been ultimate control of any community. Similarly, the suggestions to declare Oran as a common forest Act 2000 make not necessarily. So better approaches is that one of the suggestion made by court is involvement that comprehensive policy for governance and management of Orans. The proposal emerges from the lack of formal governance and mechanism. While comprehensive policy it should not aimed at formalizing informal community and local community civil society actors, what policy should be encouraged to lead the governing their Orans with the support of the state and civil society. The protection of the Orans, basically by the government, and also recognize the social, ecological, and cultural importance of Oran for local communities of Rajasthan. So these are the all about. Moving to the last editorial about is the study of find 6327 Gangetic dolphins across the 4 states. So it's covering the 4 states basically. It's Uttar Pradesh, Bihar, followed by West Bengal and Assam. So 6327 Gangetic dolphin across 4 states, and Pradhan Mantri Narendra Modi releases the report of a different method used to previous count, and latest will not be getting the changed population. So here the 6324 Ganges River dolphin and 3275 Ganga's mainstream. 241 tributaries. Name some Ganga's tributaries. Tell me in the comment box. It's 584 Brahmaputra stream. Already mentioned that data here. The survey started in 21 and covered 8507 kilometers. So the Environment Ministry and Wildlife Day, on the Wildlife Day, yesterday the press report of Environmental Ministry Monday said that 6,324 Ganges dolphin with 3 Indus River dolphins related species. So the average is 3 to 7 dolphins. 241 in Ganga tributaries, 584 in Brahmaputra, and 412 in Brahmaputra tributary, 101 Bias River. So effort are being in 2021 for distance of 8570 km. So the dolphin is one of the animals of the underwater surface only sporadically to breathe. Secondly, the tiger strips and elephant's ear that can caught on camera used to distinguish one animal from other individual. Dolphin cannot uniquely identify the way. For their survey, researchers travel the boat at a constant speed using acoustic hydrophones, essentially underwater microphones that pick the sound emitted by dolphins, and animals are blind and rely on echolations to communicate and move. So using hydrophones, questions can be asked how it is counted. So using hydrophones, 2 different sets of observer on the boat and triangulate the presence of dolphin. So you also ensure that same dolphin isn't counted twice. So this survey is likely to take place after 4 years. And last is were taken in 21. So for a current study, surveyors had to be trained in new techniques, and the major challenging of dolphin is getting entangled in fishermen nets, but we are studying effect of pollutions and the dolphin habitats. So dolphin report was officially made in public Monday on Prime Minister Narendra Modi on a visit to Gujarat, and where he chaired the meeting of National Board for Wildlife, and highest number of dolphin reported in these states already: Uttar Pradesh, followed by Bihar, Assam, West Bengal. So this for all. And next is also the ISRO releases second scientific data of Aditya mission. It's where the information about the sun photosphere, chromosphere, and outer sphere corona. So the India's this already launched on the 2nd September 2023, launching of Aditya L1. So it's Aditya at a present serving the sun during the third revolution in HALO. It's a HALO orbit during Lagrange point L1. So it was launched and using by the ISRO award PSLV C57 launch paddies. So that's for all. Lagrange point is 1.5 meter toward the earth, toward the sun. So let's have a summary and ending this session. Front page covering about the SC seeks the vulgarity steps against vulgarity online. Second is Oscar Awards and UP women on death row in UAE. Third is about the India launches a multinational alliance for collaboration and sustainable development. Fourth is about the ICE on top on Bihar poll, NDA government to top billing women infra project. Fifth is about why the Pandar airport project facing opposition. Sixth is India's burden of rising obesity and hefty cost to pay. Seventh is Australia, the partner for India's growth trajectory. Eighth is about way to protect orans. And ninth is about the Gangetic dolphins. Study finds Gangetic dolphins and ISRO releases a second set. So that's for today. Tomorrow we'll meet with a new Hindu editorial lysis. Till now, thank you. And do give me feedback if you like the contents. Give me suggestions if any. Must be welcome in the comment box. So thank you. Good night and take care.